getting ugly in Houston, and Demeco Ryans is already feeling the heat. The loss to the Jaguars was more than frustrating. It was a snapshot of an offense with no identity, a disorganized offensive line, and a quarterback who looks like he's regressing. Stroud is under pressure, missing throws and forcing interceptions. And to make matters worse, even when star receiver Nico Collins shows up, he coughs up a critical fumble. The Texans are at rock bottom. And the real question now is there a way out? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think is most responsible for this Texans collapse? There's no way to sugarcoat it. CJ Stroud is regressing, and the Houston Texans are staring down the barrel of an 0-3 start with more questions than answers. Sunday's 17-10 loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars didn't just put another loss in the column. It highlighted a much deeper problem brewing inside the Texans' offense, one that's pushing head coach Demeco Ryans and his staff to the brink. Let's start with Stroud. This is a quarterback who took the league by storm last season. Rookie of the Year, commanding presence, confident decision-maker. But through 3 games in 2025, that version of Stroud has all but disappeared. Behind an offensive line that's resembled a revolving door, Stroud is not just under pressure, he's unraveling. His mechanics are falling apart, his accuracy is suffering, and his decision-making is showing cracks that simply weren't there a year ago. 2 interceptions against Jacksonville, a fourth-quarter pick that killed any hope of a comeback. And worse, he's clearly rattled, not just physically but mentally. The swagger is gone, and what's more concerning, Ryans doesn't seem ready to confront it directly. Instead, after the game, we heard the usual support from the head coach. "We got the right people, we'll figure it out." It's the kind of vote of confidence you expect, but in reality, it only masks the urgency behind the scenes. The Texans have averaged just 12.7 points per game this season. That's dead last in the NFL, and it's not close. And that brings us to offensive coordinator Nick Calli, whose play calling has left this group stagnant and at times outright dysfunctional. Demeco Ryans is doing everything he can to protect Calli in the media, but it's clear the leash is getting shorter. The offensive design lacks rhythm, it lacks identity. And outside of a few isolated chunk plays, there's no consistency to speak of. There was a brief moment of life, a 40-yard touchdown to Nico Collins that briefly narrowed the gap and gave the Texans hope. But that hope was short-lived. Collins, who finished with 8 catches for over 100 yards, fumbled late inside the red zone, killing what could have been a game-tying drive. Add that to Stroud's 2 turnovers, and you're looking at a game Houston had in its grasp and let slip away. Afterward, Ryans spoke candidly about Collins' fumble. He knows it. He hates it more than anyone else, right in plus territory in the red zone. That's hard. And he's not wrong. The mistakes are coming at critical moments, and right now the Texans aren't good enough to overcome them. Yes, there were flashes. Yes, the explosive plays are technically there. Ryans pointed out a missed over route that could have gone for 6. But near misses don't win games in the NFL. Execution does. And right now, this team is stuck in neutral because the quarterback isn't executing, the offensive line isn't protecting, and the coaching staff hasn't found a formula to fix it. That's why this loss stings so much. This was supposed to be the reset button, a divisional road game against a beatable Jaguars team. Instead, it's added more fuel to the fire and deepened the questions about how this team gets back on track. Here's the bottom line. Until CJ Stroud finds his footing again, and until the Texans get healthy up front and rediscover their offensive identity, Demeco Ryans is going to remain in damage control mode. And while his message of belief and patience is noble, it won't mean much if the scoreboard continues to tell a different story. So here's my question to you. Is this just a slow start for the Texans, or are we seeing a bigger step back from CJ Stroud than anyone expected? Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and a like to help this channel grow, and stay tuned for more fast updates and in-depth analysis.